Good morning, everyone. Okay, so we've got a decent amount of movers today for a Wednesday. Let me see what we have. We actually have CANF. You can see it's gapping up from $1.30 to $1.52. We have ENPH, which is probably the biggest mover. We have ENPH, which is probably the biggest mover from 450 to 592, one of my favorite ones. VTGN gapping up from 141 to 170. It's sitting right around that high of pre-market at 172 now, so that's definitely something I'm going to be paying attention to today. Also watching AYTU. It's a little bit cheaper of a stock at 52 cents, but it's gapping up from 38, so a big percentage gap. We'll see what this one can do today as well. Good morning, Seven. Good morning, Cool. It's been a while since I seen you in the stream, man. Welcome back, bro. Same with you, Marquise. I haven't seen both of y'all in a long time. What's up, guys? Good to see y'all, man. Good morning, Seven. Yeah, I'm looking at VTGN for sure. Good morning, NYC. Tom. Yeah, man. That's my strategy, bro. Short everything. Good morning, the best. Nice, cool. Good to hear, bro. Good morning, Eric. All right, so yeah, I'm watching a few other ones. I'll go ahead and put my nice surfing. Hey, good trade, bro. Good trade. All right, I'll go ahead and put my pre-market watch list in the chat just so you can see what I'm looking at. Here's my watch list thus far. All right, so let's see if any of these are actually tradable. That's what I'm curious to see. I'm hoping at least a few of them will be. All right, so VTGN's tradable. That's somewhat promising. CANF is not. AYTU is not. And ENPH is. So the biggest watch from today is tradable, which is ENPH. That's definitely something I'm happy to see. I'm definitely more short biased with it. These two that are under $2, specifically AYTU at 52 or 53 cents and CANF, which is at $1.50, they're not tradable, but that's to be expected just because most of the time stocks under $2 are not able to trade. So let's move on. Also kind of watching CRWS here. Small gap from 565 to 645, so about an 80-cent gap, 80 or 90-cent gap. Let's see if this one's actually tradable. CRWS. No, this one's not tradable either, which is surprising. PVTL is moving some. It's tradable. That's good to see. What else? OGEN kind of pushing up some at 154 now, moving a little bit. Not tradable, but most of the time, if you watch the video I put out this weekend, most of the time stocks under $2 are not tradable. ITUS gapping up some. It's not tradable either. This one used to be. They took it off for some reason. VTVT gapping down. It is tradable, so VTVT is tradable. And USAC, big gap down. USAC is not tradable either. That's unfortunate. So yeah, a little bit less than half my watch list. Let's see, we have 1. Let's see. 2, 3, 4, 5. So yeah, 5 out of 10 are tradable this morning, which isn't really what I want to see, but we'll see if I can find anything else that's really moving this morning. Still kind of watching some stuff. DCAR. NNDM had a lot of action yesterday. Let's see if they added it. No, they didn't add it. WSCI. So I actually found out why a lot of these aren't tradable in TradeNet, and the reason they're not is because it has to have 500,000 shares traded in a 3-month period, and if it doesn't, then that's the reason it's not tradable. So that makes sense. SEII is tradable, so that's good to see as well. So got a few options today. Alright, so now that we know a few stocks that are moving, let's look up the news on those specific stocks to see why. Checking out a few real quick before the market. SPWR looks interesting as well. And it's tradable, so I'll probably end up watching these 4 the most on my watch list today. But let's look up the news on these, see if I can find out why they're specifically moving. Alright, so the first one I'm looking at is ENPH at the top right. It's probably the biggest mover this morning, at least on my watch list so far. Alright, buddy, hold on. I'll get you something in a second, okay? Yeah. Alright, so ENPH is ultimately up because it has a deal to buy SunPower's microconverter business. So ENPH is a renewable energy equipment maker. It entered a deal to buy SunPower's microinverter business for $25 million. $25 million in cash, and also another $7.5 million in in-phase shares. So that's good news for ENPH. That's ultimately why it's up. It should drive revenue up to around $60 million. At margins of 33% to 35%. Analysts are saying it's positive for their financial profile as well. And ENPH is up 87% this year, so a big move. Moving on to VTGN, bottom left. Let's see if I can find out why VTGN is up like it is. Alright, so now I just see technical reasons. Let me see. Alright, so VTGN was issued 2 U.S. patents for the treatment of depression for AV101. So it received 2 patents from the U.S. For treatment of depression. It must be a bio drug, I'm assuming. And it's up a decent amount. A lot of kind of pumping up news, a lot of fluff pieces on this stock. I'm more short biased than long biased, but it could push up, especially if it breaks that 172 level. It's been kind of bouncing back and forth. You can see between this 172 point right here and this 160 level. So a lot of support and resistance at those areas makes it kind of easy for me as a day trader to see those 2 points and to kind of analyze when the stock starts to break those points. And so I'm keeping an eye on VTGN. It received 2 key patents from the U.S. For its drug targeting depression. And so we'll see which way this one goes at the open. With it and with ENPH, I'm more short biased as always, but they could easily push up, so we'll see what happens with it. SEII. And it sounds like this one is up. Let's see. Okay, so SEII is up after it entered into a licensing agreement to establish an Eckrent website platform in North Korea. The licensing agreement will be valid until December 31st, 2023, so essentially until 2024, the day before New Year in 2023. And it entered into an agreement with Eckrent Capital. So maybe this one can have a little bit of a push. I would really like to see some more volume with SEII. Moving on to SPWR here. Alright, so SPWR I think is the one that's working with another one of these stocks. Let me see. Maybe it might have been ENPH. So two of these are working together, and that's why they're up. Let me see. Alright, so yeah, so ENPH, you can see ENPH at the top right, is buying SPWR's microinverter business, and so that's why these two are both up. ENPH is buying SPWR, and so we'll see what happens here. I'm thinking SPWR might come down just because it's losing one of its businesses, and so we'll see what happens. That's kind of one of my theses today. We'll see if it works out. Moving on to some other ones that are actually moving. If you can trade these also look interesting. Let me see. What was it? AYTU, which is a 53-cent stock right now, but it is gapping up a ton with really nice volume. And AYTU it entered into a $1.8 billion prescription sleep aid study. Okay, no, so I'm sorry, I read that incorrectly. So AYTU entered into a $1.8 billion U.S. prescription sleep aid market, and it has the exclusive license to Zolpidem, which is going to expand the company's commercial stage product portfolio. Yeah, today it announced that it has exclusively licensed Zolpidem, which is a bio drug, in the U.S. and Canada. And so sleep aid category drugs received $1.8 billion last year over a 12-month period from February, ending in February 2018. Right around the same category, same numbers as the testosterone replacement category. It's also Zolpidem is FDA approved as well, and so we'll see what AYTU can do here. Maybe a little bit of a fluff piece, but we'll see what happens. There's not really any real numbers that I see there. It gives me the overall numbers on the category that the drug is in, but not any on their specific category. And so we'll see what happens here with AYTU. CANF is another one that looks interesting. If you can trade this one, it's gapping up from 130 to 150 with really nice volume. Not the biggest gap, but it still looks interesting if you look at the chart on the top left. All right, so this one just reported some preclinical developments for its drug, namodenoson. I hate reading bio descriptions and news releases. I can never pronounce them correctly. So CANF is a bio company that is working to advance a pipeline of proprietary small molecule drugs, which combat inflammation and liver disease. And data came out for a recent study. So it must have been positive data that came out for a recent study, and so you can see it's gapping up a decent amount. We'll see what it can keep doing here. Another one I'm looking at is PVTL. A decent gap here, more expensive stock. A lot of volume in that gap. Let's see what PVTL is doing here. All right, so PVTL is up on good first quarter reports. It also had a good first year forecast. It's set to open at its highest since April for PVTL. So yeah, it basically reported it forecasts a smaller than expected loss in 2019. So we'll see what happens with PVTL.
Can you get my iPad for me?
Yeah.
It's not bad, it's charged.
Okay, well, go ask your mama about it. She's upstairs in the room. But yeah, you can go see about it. Sorry, my son is up with me. I'm on vacation right now in Florida, so you guys better love me. I'm still streaming on vacation. But yeah, so we'll see what PVTL can do. Good forecast for next year and good first quarter results. A few other small gappers, OGEN. You can see a small gap, but relatively low volume. We'll see if it has any kind of catalyst here. All right, so yeah, it announced a peer-reviewed publication which goes over the discovery of OG716 for C. difficile infections. So decent, a decent news release out on this one. We'll see what happens with it. It's not moving too much and has relatively low volume. So moving on from this one, you can see VTVT is another one I'm watching. It gapped down originally all the way down to 91 cents, and it bounced up to around the VWAP at 145. And so we'll see what VTVT can do here. So basically, a press release came out for VTVT that let's see, hold on one second. So bad studies came out for this one. Yeah, so disappointing Alzheimer's disease study results of VTVT. And so that's why it gapped down that huge percentage. Look, it gapped down over 100%. Or no, over 50%, not 100%. So over 50% gap down. We'll see what happens with this one. USAC is another gap down that I'm paying attention to. And this is the last one I'm going to look up. Alright, so it announced a pricing of secondary offering of common units, and so that's why it's down. We'll see if it moves any or a decent amount today. Who knows? But yeah, that's everything I'm watching thus far. Still kind of looking to see if I can find anything else that looks good. So let me know if you see anything that I didn't go over, and I'll try to, I'll try to go over that as well. Good morning, James. Just now catching back up on the chat. Sorry, the mic's a little bit farther away. For the most part, cool. I mean, for most ETFs I see you can trade, like UVXY is tradable, TVIX, the TVIX is tradable. I know it lets me trade the SPY as well. And so most ETFs that I've seen are tradable. At least the volatility-based ones like TVIX and UVXY. Isafar, what do you mean you're not seeing a link to join what? NIHD. Good morning, Tiny. Good morning, John. INPX. INPX looks decent. I don't think this one's tradable. Plus, it's a 40-cent stock. The thing you got to understand, somebody brought this up yesterday, but the thing you really got to understand about TradeNet is that if the stock has had less than 500,000 in volume in the last 3 months, it's usually not going to be able to trade on TradeNet. So it has to have over 500,000 shares in volume over the last 3 months. And somebody brought that up yesterday that I didn't really know. And so that makes a lot more sense. So the stocks that are, the stocks that are the biggest watches that most people are watching They're either tradable or they'll usually be added within a day or two. Stocks that aren't moving that much and just kind of come out of nowhere, those a lot of the time you can't trade if that's easier to understand. That's a good idea, Sonic. I'd be interested to see how that works. Yeah, I'm definitely watching AYTU. Good morning, Tiny. NYC, 7 James. Cool. Alright, so, yeah, we got a few options today. My 4 biggest watches are probably these 4, which are SEII. ENPH is definitely my main watch, but I'm also watching VTGN because both of them have nice volume, and SPWR. And so I got a decent amount of stocks to watch today. I'm still kind of looking to see if I can find anything else that looks halfway decent. Let me see. I got to be really careful today. Wednesdays, like I always say, are historically my worst days in trading. And so I got to be really careful today and not force anything. Just kind of take it slow. I know Mitch is saying he's not going to trade at all today, just because Wednesdays are usually rough. SMRT. SCPH gapping down some. LOMA gapping down some as well. ANY. Yeah, see, I can trade ANY, which is a 57-cent stock. So ANY is 57 cents, and I can trade it. Same thing with DPW. I know DPW is tradable as well. It's 65 cents. So we got a few decent movers today. Not too bad for a Wednesday. Somebody brought up NIHD, and yeah, this one definitely looks good as well. I don't think I can trade this one, though, if I remember correctly. Yeah, can't trade NIHD, unfortunately. I guess it just hasn't had enough volume in the last few months for them to add it to TradeNet. But I got a decent amount that I can actually watch today. Good morning, Sean. What's up, man? PVTL. Yeah, PVTL's on my watch list too. I can't remember the news. I think PVTL had good first quarter earnings and a better outlook for 2019, a smaller than expected loss for 2019. And that's just their forecast. It's not 100% sure. So good earnings for PVTL though, so that might be something I watch. It's gapping up from 21 to 23.85, so it's not a ridiculously huge gap, but it's a decent gap that I'm going to be paying attention to. I was kind of bummed out. I saw it in Mitch's stream yesterday, but I got in going short on VKTX right here in the 1080s or maybe the 1090s, and you can see eventually this thing just tanked hard down. So I don't know how I feel about it. I followed my plan. I don't think it was a bad plan. It was just really choppy at the open, and so I don't think it was a bad plan, but I'm kind of bummed out that one ended up taking off after I got out. Yeah, I don't know where Mitch is at today, but yeah, I trade Wednesdays. I just try to be a little bit more careful Wednesdays. The reason I think Mitch doesn't like trading it is kind of the same reason I'm more careful, is that many times the volume is really low on Wednesdays, and so with low volume, technical analysis isn't as reliable in a lot of people's minds, and so they try to kind of take it slow when the volume isn't there, and many times Wednesdays are slow, and so I think that's why, and I understand it from that perspective, and I think that's why historically it's been a much harder day of the week for me to trade than other days, and so we'll see what happens today. Still gonna trade as always. I stream every weekday, so I'm not gonna take the day off today, but I'm definitely gonna be more careful for sure. OGEN positive news. I think I went over this one. Let me see. I can't remember what it said. So OGEN, it's a very small gap with low volume, and so I'm not super confident in it, but let me see what the news that came out on it was. Yeah, so OGEN announced a peer-reviewed publication going over how it discovered OG716 for infections of C. difficile, whatever that means. I hate reading bio press releases, but yeah, that's why that one's up. Good morning, Track. What's up, man? Yeah, it's been a long night for me. I didn't get too much sleep last night. I was working on a video for something, and I was trying to work on a video for something, and I didn't finish until like 12:30, and then I couldn't really go to sleep. My son got up at 5, so it's just been a tough morning. I kind of go back and forth. Cool. Sometimes I'll take small sizing. I've been working on scaling in and out of positions, but I've been trying to use like 100 shares, or you know, uh, try to use at least 100. I don't go under 50 anymore. I usually try to get at least 50 shares, unless the stock is like, you know, a $30 or $40 stock moving like crazy. Then I might be a little bit more careful. But VTGN starting to tank here down to 157 here. We'll see if it continues to find that support it has right around 155. That's kind of the area I'm looking at. You can see it's got some resistance, which may turn into support at 155. So that's what I'm keeping an eye on here. I'm just glad I can trade ENPH, which is the biggest gapper today. It's kind of going off of SunPower's SPWRs. It buying out SunPower's business for micro, something about microprocessors. I can't remember 100%. But yeah, we'll see what happens with it. All right, so you're ENPH NYC. So NYC, you can trade in pre-market and after hours. What broker are you using? I've really been trying to find a broker that I can get in and out of stocks in pre-market and after hours. That's what I really want to do. Just because I'd like to swing trade a little bit more seriously, and I just don't think you can really swing trade seriously unless you can get in and out of positions. If you see something going the wrong way. TD Ameritrade. Yeah, TD Ameritrade's not too bad. I just want good commissions, Like, my dream would be to use Interactive Brokers because they have really cheap commissions, and you can use relatively small size with Interactive Brokers, and their commissions are pretty cheap since they have like a scaling commission plan. But that would be my dream. I know SureTrader has really good fills, especially in like pre-market and after hours, but I just don't know if I want to go through the hassle of SureTrader. E-Trade. Yeah, I've never used E-Trade. Okay, NYC. Hey, nothing to be embarrassed about. I have a Robinhood account. I like Robinhood, Alright, guys, but we got 9 minutes until the open. We'll see what happens here. Yeah, I've heard Interactive Brokers is really good. I've never had the brokers I've used are, I've used Robinhood, TradeNet, Stock Trade, SureTrader, and TD Ameritrade. So I've used a decent amount of brokers. My favorite platform out of all of them is probably TD Ameritrade's Thinkorswim. Although I do think the fills on SureTrader are actually better than that. I like Robinhood for swing trading just because it's free commissions and I can kind of take it really small, So that's ultimately what I look for that for, or try to use that for. We'll see though. Arjun, I've been trading for about 11 months regularly, like every day for the last 11 months I've been trading. But I started trading 2 years ago on SureTrader, but I only traded for a month or two, not even every day, and I did take like about a year off break just because I was kind of mentally drained after losing my first SureTrader account. So after that, I switched to TD Ameritrade and Ustock. Yeah, TradeNet's international surfing. I know I did finally get access to Robinhood crypto. And so I may have a video about that. I've never really toyed around with cryptos too much, but I did finally get access to it. John, not necessarily. I mean, here's the thing. It while it has a higher float, it's still up, a really big amount. It's up from 442 to 610, so a really big percentage move. And so because of that, I think that there's still going to be opportunity here. I don't mind trading higher float stocks. Like I trade anything that's moving, whether it be a high float stock or really low float stock. So anything that really is moving, I really don't mind trading. So as long as it has a big percentage move, that's ultimately what I'm looking for. Good morning, Sinners. What's up, man? Hope you're having a good morning, bro. I haven't made any profit yet, Arjun. Like I said, I'm still a relatively new trader, and so I'm just letting people watch me trade as a new trader. I'm not claiming to be an expert or anything like that. I have a few setups that I think work, and I've had my bouts of consistency and profitability, but so far I haven't really made too much profit because, like I said, I'm not an expert or anything like that. I'm just a new trader, and I just let people watch me trade. Just to be honest. I mean, 150 is not too bad. I've traded with 150 before. It's not too bad. I mean, you can make some decent gains on Robinhood with a $150 account. You can, just take it slow, get some $10 gains in there, some $5, $10, $15 gains and so forth. Swing trading, I've had really good results with small accounts. I've made $50, $60, $70 swing trading, so it's not too bad. Okay. How long for what? Netron? Yeah, I haven't really messed with cryptocurrency 7. I don't really know much about them. Yeah, I'm looking at USAC. That's one that's gapping down big as well. I can't remember the news release that's out on USAC, but it's gapping down, isn't it? Yeah, I think this is actually a public offering this morning, and I think that's ultimately why it's gapping down. So we'll see if it moves. Sometimes with offerings, stocks don't move too much, and so we'll see if it moves at all today to give us something to trade. But if not, I'll move on to something else. What's up, Mitch? Good morning, man. What's up, outsiders? Yeah. Carol, this person said your son sounds so cute. Little boys in their cars. They had the car emergency yesterday on stream. Everybody was panicking, telling me to go get the car. Yeah. 6 months now, Netron. Yeah, trading takes years to get really good at. It's not something you usually pick up every day, so just don't get discouraged. It just takes a while. Hold on, guys. All right. So VTGN still bouncing off of 155. You can see SEII is up to 420. This one, I'd really like to see more volume with this one though. The volume's just pretty low so far. Yeah, no worries, John. Hey, green is green, Power Zone. So good work, man. Alright, so the market opens up in 2 minutes. So good luck, everyone. Wednesdays, the volume's a little low, so just be careful. What's up, Soul? Yeah, Robinhood doesn't support CANF. Yeah, Robinhood's usually pretty good about being able to trade most stocks. Certain stocks, aren't tradable. I remember, I can't remember one. I think it was IZEA, but certain stocks aren't tradable in Robinhood, just like any broker. Nice, NYC. Hey, glad to help. KDMN. Yeah, I remember KDNM moving yesterday. We'll see. It doesn't have much volume in pre-market, so we'll see if it picks up some at the open. VTGN did eventually bounce back, though it's at 160 now, so we'll see if it gets a bigger move today. Alright guys, market opens up in 15 seconds, so good luck everyone. Ponzi, here, I can go ahead and put my watch list. This is my watch list this morning. Alright, there's the bell. VKTX. I know VKTX absolutely tanked yesterday. We'll see if it rebounds some today. Alright, so SEII pushing up to 440. We'll see if SEII can break that 440 resistance. It's right up there now. There it goes. It just broke it, testing 450 now. VTGN trying to find support at 156. Alright, so you can see SEII went all the way up to 450, bounced off the $0.50, and now it's coming back down all the way under 4, so a huge drop in SEII. Digital, it is the intro package that I use, Digital, is $500, but I do have a 10% off link if you want to go through that link. I do make a commission from it, but it'll get you 10% off any package you choose as long as it's a first time. Nice, Salty. Hey, good trade, man. You got out just in time too, bro. Alright, so ENPH is tanking hard. This is kind of what I was looking for. Let's see if I can see anything else and spot anything else. PVTL. I know some people mentioned this one. PVTL is running too. It's up to 25.21. Big move here. Waiting for a pullback to the VWAP on ENPH. It may find some support here. At this 585 level where it had some previous support, we'll see. VTG in. I'd like to see the VWAP a little bit lower. I mean, it's down to 150. I think it may find some support there, though. I'm looking at SEII. I kind of like it for a short, but I want the spread to get a little bit better. The spread's getting a little out there. Like I said, I think about shorting ENPH, but I want to see it bounce a little bit higher here. It's also got a lot of support and resistance areas. One here, one here, one here. And so I want to see it get through all that first. So preferably, if it was my dream scenario, it would drop underneath all of this and then bounce back and test it using it as resistance. We'll see what happens with it. CANF. Trying to run here. Trying to break over these highs of day. CANF. Alright, so there's a nice bounce on ENPH here. I'm gonna wait, let it work for a little while first. AYTU down as well. Alright, so here's a nice bounce on ENPH. I think it's a little bit early to get in. I want to kind of let the market kind of form a little bit first. So I'll probably end up waiting to see what this one ends up doing. Gonna try to give it a little bit of time here. Good morning, Baron. What's up, man? Yeah, there's a bounce all the way to the VWAP. See, this is what I really want to take advantage of with ENPH. Called it out, bounced perfectly to the VWAP, kind of that go-to setup I was talking about this weekend. You know, VTGN looks like a good short setup as well, but the problem here, there's a few problems that make me a little skeptical of VTGN. The first one is that it's right around the $0.50 now, so my reward would only be down to 150 technically, and risk would be at 160. So you know, it's about a 1-to-1 risk reward, maybe a little bit better, but not by much. But yeah, this is that VWAP test that I was looking for ENPH. Man, perfect example of that video. You know, if you watch the video I put out this weekend, this is the setup I was talking about. I want to see the stock under the VWAP, drop down, bounce right up to the VWAP. This one went up to 603. The VWAP is at 6, and then crash back down. Preferably get in on this pullback, but I still think it was a little bit early. That's why I didn't take advantage of it, but you can see it's starting to tank. In SPWR, big drop as well. SEII bouncing back, but man, look how beautiful this trade would have been. Try to get in at 6. This thing dropped down to 580s, 570s pretty quick here. Yeah, I don't know, Russell. I was having problems with it as well, man. Vacation's good, bro. Vacation's good, man. You know, just trading as always. Never take a day off trading. You know, I trade blue chip stocks, Frank. It just depends, man. Yeah, you see that on ENPH. Mitch is what I'm assuming you're talking about. Would have been a lovely trade, man. That's that setup I was talking about this weekend, man. Beautiful setup all the way, bouncing back to the VWAP. Hey, bud. Hey, bud, everybody on this stream knows you. You want to say hi? Say hi into the microphone. They know you. They thought you were really cool. Okay. Yeah, he's shy. Yeah, I don't know what was going on with Thinkorswim yesterday. Definitely some problems with it, but it only lasted for about an hour. Certain stocks, like I remember HTZ was still frozen on Thinkorswim yesterday. It's unfrozen now, but man, kind of got a little bit of FOMO here with ENPH. called it out before it happened. You see, I called out the move, said I was preferably looking for a bounce to the VWAP and then a wash, and that's exactly what it did, man. Dropped down 20 cents after that, so a little bit of FOMO there. A sub $100 platform to start trading penny stocks. What do you mean by that? You want a broker that allows you to trade penny stocks? You want, you know, what commissions? Yeah, Hot Wheels, man. He's obsessed with Hot Wheels. What's up, insurance? What's up, bro? Haven't seen you in a while, man. Yeah, action's a little slow. The one move I got a little bit of FOMO with is ENPH. Let's see if I can see anything else. Yeah, I'm not chasing it. I mean, that's not necessarily true. 7. I actually had a sponsor reach out to me, and I'll be uploading the sponsor video soon. They requested I do a dedicated video, but the reason I took the sponsorship is because I actually tested out a few trades on there. It's a zero commission stock trading app called Webull, Webull, and zero commissions, a really advanced platform. And this isn't me, like I know they sponsored me in my video, but I actually took the money that they paid me and I deposited it into my account with them because I think it's a cool broker. And so I'll try to get a few live trades on there, but I think the dedicated video that I'm going to upload for them is set to be released on the 15th of this month, so in 2 days. So just be on the lookout for that. But yeah, it's a zero commission trading broker. I'm not sure about penny stocks, so I'll have to check on that, but yeah, just be on the lookout for those. Yeah, no worries, insurance. Good to see you back, man. Yeah, appreciate it, guys. Oh, yeah, Robinhood, Webull, U-Stock Trade might be an option. U-Stock Trade is $1 commissions. Yeah, for sure, Baron. I have a video coming out on it, so it was really cool they contacted me to sponsor me. But the app is actually really great. It's kind of like Robinhood where it offers free commissions, but the app is just super dynamic. Like you can put moving averages, MACD, Bollinger Bands, all this different study indicators on your charts on your smartphone app with this zero commission trading app. And it also has candlestick charts. So it's kind of like, the way I see it, it's kind of like Thinkorswim's trading app, but it's zero commissions. And so it's a really cool thing. I'll be updating it. I'll be putting that video out. I think it's set to release on the 15th, and so be on the lookout for those. That's actually why I was up late last night, because I was actually working on that video for them, because it's set to release on the 15th, and they have to approve it, so I sent it to them. But yeah, it's a really cool app. I'll try to get a few live trades on there as well after I upload it. So yeah, for sure, cool. It's like Robinhood on steroids, man. Yeah, it's zero commissions, but man, the app is legit. Like, and I'm not even like, yeah, they sponsored me and they're paying me to like, promote their app. But like I said, I took the money they paid me and I deposited it into their app. If it makes you feel better.
Daddy,
Yeah, buddy.
I'm thirsty.
Okay, I'll get you something in just a second, buddy. All right.
I'm getting something from.
Yeah, ENPH is tradable, Brian, on TradeNet. I got to start paying attention to trading. I'm getting caught up in talking about stuff. See, there was another test on ENPH of the VWAP. That might have been a good entrance. Here, buddy, you can grab that Gatorade if you want it. You see the blue Gatorade? You can grab it.
I can't reach it.
All right. All right, guys, hold on.
I want that little one right there.
You want applesauce? You want applesauce? You sure?
Yeah.
All right, here. Don't make a mess. All right, I'm back. Yeah, I want to see some more volume with Soul, though. It's Weeble. It's like we are going to the store. WEBULL Weeble, and it also gives you a free stock after signing up. So you get a free stock just like Robinhood for signing up. I can't remember the stock I got. It was like a $5 stock, but I think they say you have the potential to receive a stock up to over 1,000. But I just received a $5 stock. But hey, I can't really complain about it being free, you know. Yeah, appreciate it, Seven. Yeah, appreciate the support, guys. Yeah, it was cool to see. I was definitely happy to get the call from them. All right, so I'm watching ENPH here. We'll see what this one can do. Up to 590 now. Trying to bounce off this VWAP area here. I don't know if I necessarily trust it now. I mean, I could get in instead of very obvious risk of $6 on ENPH, but I'd have to use a small share size. We'll see. SEII starting to move up as well. CAPR. CAPR, I haven't seen this stock move in a long time. But CAPR starting to run some here. And they took it off of TradeNet because it must not have had good volume. So there goes SEII breaking over for the highs of the day. Hold on, buddy. Hold on, buddy.
I want a banana.
Okay. Here, go ask Mama to get you the banana, buddy. Okay? It's Mama's morning to get that stuff for you. All right, so SPWR breaking under this low of the day again here. But man, this thing's just tanking. Like, this is the thing. Like, I had this kind of hypothesis on this stock this morning. I said because ENPH is buying out a portion of SPWR's business, that I think SPWR might tank a little bit today. And it dropped really nicely. I really don't know where to enter that type of kind of trade idea at, though. And so that's something I got to kind of think about here. But yeah, SEII breaking the highs of the day, starting to run really nice here. ENPH eventually broke over the VWAP. It's at $6 now, testing it. If it gets pushed down under the VWAP, I may consider entering it with a risk of 6 for a small scalp and maybe a reward of this 582 level. But we'll see. It'd have to be small share size. I want to see it break back down under the VWAP and then hold that point as resistance first. TNDM. Look at TNDM here. This thing's just going crazy. Getting right around this pre-market high at 1850 as well. All right, so there goes ENPH breaking over the VWAP, breaking over the whole dollar of 6. Yeah, GLMD tanking some here. GLMD's not tradable. That's ridiculous, man. This thing should be tradable. It's a $17 stock. All right, so there goes the break of the $0.50 on TNDM here. It's at 1853 now. SEII may be trying to break over this high of the day. We'll watch this one as well. VKTX. My son is 4. Let me see who asked. James. My son's 4. Alright, so ENPH is up to 610. Trying to get over the high of the day here. This one looks somewhat interesting. I'm more short biased with it still. I know a lot of times stocks will do this and then come right back down, but we'll see. Watching ENPH closely here. Really big moves. Kind of got a little bit of FOMO here that I didn't take advantage of the VWAP fail, but not going to force anything. Keep an eye on SPWR, especially under this 765 level. Alright, so there's the high of the day break on ENPH here. Washout long so far, but it's a longer. It took a longer time for it to go from red to green, and so we'll see if it gets some momentum. It's starting to push up really nicely. The volume starting to come in at that high of the day break. SPWR is also pushing up and testing that VWAP now. We'll see. I don't know how I feel. I just don't want it to do the same thing ENPH is doing here. It's right around the VWAP now. Yeah, for sure, James. They live for their iPad and food. Nice, NYC. Hey, awesome trade. You're killing it with that trade, NYC. Congrats. Alright, so I'm going to move on to the 5-minute chart with ENPH here. We'll see. The 5-minute chart actually looks good for ENPH. If I do get in, it is going to be a smaller share size. Maybe let's see a 610 test, and then I may jump in at 610 going long here. We'll see. Want to see a 610 test first. Want to see it hold that 610 area as support before jumping in. I believe so, Surfing. I know it's a regulated U.S. broker, and so you do have to follow the PDT rule. But I believe it's international. You might want to. The best is to contact them. But I know I signed up. I was approved within a day. You know, it's a regulated broker though, so you're gonna have to follow the PDT rule. Let's see if we can get a pullback to around that 610 level, maybe around the VWAP, but set the VWAP as my risk with this type of trade. Maybe jump in with like 75 shares if it bounces here. We'll see. Big pullback. Alright, I got in with 75 shares here. Looking for it to bounce some, preferably, and head up. We'll see though. I can set a comfortable stop risk area of the VWAP. But like I said, ultimately I'm looking for it to bounce some. Maybe get a little scalp out of this trade. Gonna stick to my plan though and use that VWAP area as my risk. Yeah, I'm right there with you, Ian, or NYC. We took the same trade. I definitely don't know if I like it now. It broke back under that previous high of the day. I think that area is going to act as strong resistance now, where that high of the day mark was, but I'll give it a little bit of time, let it test the VWAP. If not, just jump out. All right, it's back up to 611. Let's see if it makes a run here. That's the previous high of the day. That's why I said that's the only thing I'm really worried about, is that previous resistance is going to turn, or that previous support is going to turn into resistance. So we'll see. It's up to 612. A little spready. Yeah, there's the drop that I was thinking about. I'll let it test the VWAP like I said. It seems to have some support here, but I'm just going to stick to my plan.
Hey, you need to stay inside for a second. Okay. Okay, I'll get you in a second, okay? I'll get it in a second, I gotta do something.
Daddy, Daddy.
Hey, buddy, if mommy said to wait, you don't come to me asking right afterwards, okay? If mommy said to wait, you wait, bud.
Here, I'll be right back.
All right.
I'll be back in like a minute.
I want my eye.
All right, so I'm still waiting for ENPH. VWAP is my risk. Gonna jump out if it breaks underneath it. Trying to give it some time, but like I said, VWAP area is my risk, so if it drops anymore, I'm out. Trying to watch it closely here. Testing 6 again, but don't have that much confidence in it. We'll see if it can bounce over the VWAP and bounce off of it and head up. I'm out. For 11.25 loss. Yeah, it just, I'm kind of kicking myself right now because this was the trade to get into. It was kind of the setup I was talking about this weekend, and I rarely decide to go long, but for some reason I decided to go long with this trade. But just another thing I really need to work on. Yeah, market's a little slow right now. The only thing, I mean, I think I could have done better with ENPH. I could have cut my losses quick. I mean, it's $11 loss, but I think I could have cut my losses a little bit quicker, especially when I said I would get out under the VWAP at $6. We'll see what SEII can do here. Definitely looks bullish, finding some support at the VWAP. You can see it just kind of faked people out. ENPH went all the way up to here, broke the high of the day, and then came right back down. So it kind of trapped longs, and it started to squeeze. It was a long squeeze. It kind of squeezed these longs in that got out, and everybody kind of started to sell. Started kind of a chain reaction is what happened. All right, Tiny. Have a good day. Yeah, summer trading's never really great, Randy. It's always kind of tough. Now, if ENPH bounces back to the VWAP, I may consider getting in going short. Now, I don't want to chase anything, but we'll see. I mean, I don't know. Who knows? It's been kind of choppy lately. It actually, if I would have followed my original plan on it, right, Adi, it might, if you, I don't know if you guys heard me earlier, but one of the things that I'm kind of disappointed in is that one thing I said when ENPH started to push back up and test the high of the day is that a lot of times it will go up to the high of the day and then come right back down to the lows, kind of forming that channel you always see. And with that in mind, I still took a long trade around the high of the day. And so a little disappointed in myself for that one, but it's just something I need to work on after that. Yeah, good job, fam. Awesome job, bro. Like I said, I'm kind of tempted to get in going short on ENPH now that it broke underneath the VWAP, but I don't really want to chase trades, and I'm just going to try to maintain my loss to a relatively small loss today. I don't really want to force anything else. Yeah, no worries, fam. Glad to see you making some money on it, bro. Good job, dude. We'll see what MARA can do here. Not the most confident in it, but we'll see. Nice, Sean. Hey, you took the counter trade. I'm happy for you, bro. You did what I should have done. PVTL. Yeah. What? Where's mom? Where's your mom at? He in his underwear? Oh, on the toilet?
No. I also found this.
Okay, where's your mom at? It's her morning to deal with Jack.
No, because Jack found this.
Alright.
That's candy.
Alright, well he probably shouldn't be eating that. Where's your mom?
She's out. Put his candy in somewhere.
Alright. Here, I'll get it in a second.
It's just the fact that he found it. She found this in you guys.
Yeah, James, one thing that I noticed is that this was my short. Like, I put a video out this weekend saying I was going to focus on these VWAP tests right here. And this would have been a beautiful short down to here. But I just didn't. I hesitated, and then I got in on the wrong trade. And so it happens. One thing I notice about myself is that I'll hesitate on good setups and then I'll get in bad setups. Like like I called out SPWR's wash, I called out ENPH's VWAP fail. And so that's something I notice about myself is that I'll hesitate on good trades and then I'll be bummed out when they did exactly what I wanted them to. And so that'll kind of force me to get into bad trades. And that's kind of what you see here on ENPH. I called it out after it tested the VWAP going short, and it dropped really nicely, would have been a really nice profit. And then after that, I kind of got a little bit of FOMO and then forced trades. And so I think that's a very common thing for new traders to do, and it's something I need to work on for sure. Right, there it goes, fam. And this is kind of my story of my life as a trader. The biggest thing is, like, I have confidence because you can see I'm more of a short bias trader. You guys can probably tell. Like, I like going short much more than I like going long. And you can see there goes ENPH doing exactly what I predicted it would. But I just hesitated getting into it. So far, 4 setups that I paid attention to were SPWR. It did what I wanted it to. ENPH testing the VWAP a few minutes after the open and then crashing. It did exactly what I wanted it to. And then this move, it did exactly what I wanted it to as well. It went up and tested the VWAP and then dropped back down. And so 3 out of 4 of my trade ideas were from today were correct. The one trade idea that wasn't correct was the one that I got into, and I shouldn't have even got into it. Like, I'm a short trader. I don't like going long, and so I kind of forced that trade there. So that's something I got to look on, man. Like I said, I do have confidence because my trade ideas, 3 out of 4 of them were correct today. I just took the wrong one, but hindsight's 20/20. You can always look back and say, I should have done this, or my trade ideas were correct or whatever, but ultimately it's up to me to get into those positions when I should. And so that's something I really need to look at.
I wanted this back.
Here, though, that's candy, buddy. You're not going to eat that in the morning. Give me that.
No, it's empty.
Okay, don't eat anymore. You can play with it, but don't eat it anymore. VKTX washing down some to 940. But yeah, guys, I actually like that idea, fam. The biggest thing is I don't like to set actual hard stops. I like to set mental stops, but I need to be a little bit more active, I think. I'm a little bit more hesitant than I should be, and that's something I need to work on for sure. But yeah, guys, today's my last day here in Florida, and so I'm going to go ahead and close the stream down a little bit early and try to kind of enjoy my day. I'll be back tomorrow morning, same time as always, and I'll be streaming for the rest of the week. I'm still going to be out of town, but I'll be streaming for the rest of the week. So if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button. I appreciate it if you hit the subscribe button and click the like button to help support this channel. And yeah, my son's crying, guys, so I got to go. I'll see you all tomorrow at the same time. Thanks for watching, guys.